Greetings, my name is David Montoya. Uh, my ID is 6523686, and this is my final project where I'm doing an image viewer with wxWidget. Um, I did this project just of curiosity, look it up on Google for ideas, and then I saw the idea of the image viewer, and I remember wondering about how that works when back in high school when I was doing HTML project. Um, and then I look it up. It was kind of similar to what we did in class with opening files and everything. So it's just to implement some new libraries. I didn't know about it, but looking it up on the internet, you can find those libraries that can make it work for you. Also, some AI assistance with ChatGPT. Um, for this project, for the GUI builder, I use wxSmith. Um, just like in classes, for the application type, I use a frame base. I use a debug configuration just to help for tracking down crashes or errors. I also use release configuration for faster execution, and I didn't use an empty file. I created and used precompiled headers like in class, which is way easier, and he already has built up certain body to it. Um, I just have four files, the headers files, two header files for main and the app, and then the other sources files. On the header file for the app for final project app.h, um, I declare the main application class, which initializes the program when it starts, like main in standard C++. WX app is the base class for any wxWidget app, and on it is overridden to create and show the main window. And then on the next file, on the app.cpp, here implement the logic for starting the app is where the main frame is created and shown. This macro defines this, like especially here in line 13. This macro defines the entry point, automatically linking it to wxWidgets, and then from 15 to all the way 19, an instance is created of the main window for final underscore project frame and chose it. And then for the header of the main is where we have all these wx libraries headers for all the type of functions that we're gonna use, like frame.h, image.h, bitmap, menu, stars bar, dc buffer, and file dlg.h, which AI and also Google search wxWidget libraries and that type of stuff help me find them. And here in the main window, final underscore project frame is declared and is where all GUI functionality happens: image loading, zooming, and rotating. And then we create a class that inherits from wxFrame, which represents the top level window. Additionally, the class contains the member functions that are responsible for all the magic, like as you can see from line 31 to line 35. We have the function that goes for open image, update image, on paint, on zoom, and on rotate. And yeah, and then we have the main CCPP, which is the bigger part of the project. And over here in this file, I implemented all the core logic and behavior of the apps GUI, and it's the heart of the image viewer. From line 23 to 41, as you can see over here, 23 to 41, This section is just to create a menu setup where we can upload the image or just exit. Additionally, we have the status bar that will show the image address and size. Finally, the exit option that will close the run. Then from 44 to 63, well, we have the unopened image function. Is where it takes care of opening the image. So, like the name says it opens the image with wx file dialog, loads it using wx image load file, and updates the status bar. And then from 65 to 82, let me see here, 65 to 82, you have the update image, where is the that is where the image gets updated. It scales the image and applies rotation, then creates a new wx bitmap to draw. Then from 84 to 93, pop, we have the onPaint function, where it takes care of to draw the bitmap on the window by using wx auto buffer paint DC. And then the next one will be the unzoom application that handles mouse wheel scrolling to change the scale of refresh the image, like from 95 to 104. And then we have on rotate, which is the last application, which handles left right arrow key input to rotate the image in steps. This file controls everything the user interacts with, what they see, what they load, and how they manipulate the image. As a result, I think I can run it, and then as you can see, the main window opens. We have the file, we open an image, and let's see, I have a screenshot of a graph I did for signals and systems, and it opens the image successfully. And then since I have a mouse pad, I just use the two fingers to zoom in, zoom out. As you can see, zoom in, zoom out. And then to rotate the image, is just use the left and right arrow keys on the keyboard, which give that black background, which I was trying to get rid of, but I couldn't find a way. It does a little dance if you do it constantly with the arrow. It's funny. And as you can see down here on the status bar, we have the image that was loaded, the address in the device, and then also the size, which is great. And it was really fun to create and see working as well. I was so impressed when I managed it to work, because there was an issue, small issue, just like in class. Like I remember the professor mentioned that we need to have build options and linker settings and that kind of stuff. Well, I had almost the same problem. Build options, as you can see over here in search directories, I needed to find these address of these of these of the address of this file, because of setup.h, which was not letting me run the program. But I look it up in internet and it says a combination. We need to add the file for that. So that's the file with mswud or mswu. It depends on which version, but either one works. That's how I managed to run it, and then it worked great. I didn't have any problems after that. And yeah, that will be my project. And yes, it was really great learning all this in class. It helps a lot. The functionality of wxWidgets and how it can be applied for web design or for applications design is really great. I really appreciate all these techniques and everything, and it's fascinating to see how big it is. Like, there's so many options to create so many stuff that you couldn't even imagine. But yes, thank you and have a great day. This is David Montoya.